let's talk about Seau Elektrik. Seau Elektrik is a brand new release from the house of Genre Parfums. This is an inspiration of the very hyped 2022 Ganymede. I mean, wasn't released in 2022, but there's a lot of hype around Ganymede, and for good reason. And I do have a decant of Ganymede, so I was able to compare these back to back. So what's in, I don't know if you've watched anything about Ganymede. It's really, let's just talk about Ganymede, the originator, for a second. What this is an inspiration of. Ganymede is very much a fragrance which is polarizing. Some people like it, some people don't like it. You get, if you're watching a couple of reviews or you read anything about Ganymede, you'll see that some people get some plasticky vibes out of it. Some people think it's fruity. Very much a chameleon of a fragrance, and either you like it or you don't. So what's in the bottle? What is in Ganymede? So there's mandarin, saffron, violet, osmanthus, aquila gala wood, and immortelle. So aquila gala wood is a synthetic molecule, technically derived from patchouli, with reminiscent with a hint of pepper and oud in it. So what's the deal with this? I think when you think about Seau Elektrik and you think about Ganymede, these are very similar. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on them, but just to give you the image of what you're smelling on this, it's very much, this is the vibe that I get from it. It's very mineral, it's very cold, and very futuristic. That's what I get from these fragrances. The thing is, it's very polarizing. This is going to be a fragrance which I think a lot of people will gravitate to, but I can see how some people will disassociate themselves from this fragrance. Ganymede is very stringent. It's very in your face. I think it's an unsafe fragrance that people will not immediately love, will not immediately embrace. It's not something that people will just immediately say, okay, yes, I need to have this in my collection. So it's very icy, it's polarizing, it's cold, there's mineral qualities to it. I don't get the whole list of, violet and osmanthus. I get very little florals, if none at all. I do get the aquila gala wood, I do get that patchouli vibe. It does get very much, it's cold, it's futuristic, it's something which is like very modern, right? This is very much Quentin Bish is like what he's known for. This is his signature fragrance that he's created. So how much would you be paying for this fragrance? For Ganymede, you would be paying around $265 for 100 ml. And 150 ml for $150 for 30 mils of Ganymede. When it comes to this Seau Elektrik, they have different sizes, right? So 5 mil, you could get like a sample for $4, 10 mils for 10, 30 mils for 25, and 50 mils for 45. So it's a very good deal. How does it compare? How do these two compare? Seau Elektrik versus Ganymede. I think when I've tried other houses and they don't quite hit the mark. They do not quite hit the mark when it comes to Ganymede. But when I've tried Ganymede versus this, I can tell you right off the bat, this is very much a one-to-one on my skin. This is in terms of the opening, in terms of the mid, in terms of the dry down, in terms of everything. This is very much a fragrance which imitates and replicates and mirrors Ganymede to the T. Even in terms of performance, and even in terms of longevity, how long they both last, I would say 8 to 9 hours on both. Safe to say, even performance, people can smell you. I would say spray 2-3 sprays on your chest or on your neck and then on your wrists, and you'd be good to go. It's not a beast mode fragrance, but it is an excellent fragrance in terms of letting people know that you're here, now that you're coming, which I think it's a very professional fragrance, right? It's very welcoming, it's very novel. I think it's very different from anything that you would see out there. The other thing I want to say is that, a lot of times houses, and even with Genre Parfums, I have a couple of fragrances from them, and a couple of them are on my channel as well, reviews that I've done, like Eau de Vanille. I think a lot of houses sometimes what they'll do is they'll take the original composition. Let's just say they take Ganymede, and then what they'll do is they will do their own twist. They will add something, and they will say it's inspired by, because it's not a replica of, it's not a clone of, it's not a dupe of. It's very much inspired by. So it's 95% of the original fragrance, and then 5% of what they thought would go well with this fragrance. However, and which I'm actually very happy about, Seau Elektrik, I can tell you, I mean, the word Seau Elektrik, as a side note, in French it means like an electric bucket. But when I spoke to Devin, who is the owner of Genre Parfums, he said he wanted it to mimic the English word, which is so, like S-O-O or S-O, electric, because it gives you that vibe of mineral, electric, whatever. But that's just as a side note. But overall, I would say this is very much a one-to-one. I don't think it was inspired by. I think this is very much a replica of Ganymede at a very much more affordable price point. So, is this worthy of your collection, or is it worthy of collecting dust? I wanted to try it, and I think, I recommend this. If you try anything, because super affordable to get like a 5 mil or 10 mil, and they have, I think they open once a month. And I'll put some details in the description in terms of how you order from Genre, because it's not always available. It's available. They have a window for 24 hours. You sign up, and then you place your order. So that's how it works, but I'll put all the details in the description. I think it is very much a fragrance that is worthy of your collection. I think at least you need to try this. Despite how polarizing Ganymede is, especially for that price point, I would say don't go splurge on a bottle of Ganymede unless you really want to, obviously. But try Seau Elektrik. I think this is definitely an inspiration of something that you would really appreciate. Very different, very unique, not in everyone's wheelhouse in the sense that it's not fresh, cologne-y, etc. This is very much a unique fragrance. Experience that Kilagala wood, experience something which is quite different and which is quite unique, to be honest. So that's my review of Seau Elektrik. Check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried Seau Elektrik? Have you tried anything from the Genre house? Something that I should get my nose on for now on the next ordering window. Have you tried any other clones of Ganymede that you've really appreciated, that you've said, oh yeah, this is something that I should check out? And if you can subscribe to this channel, I would really appreciate it. It would help this channel grow, and I will catch you on the next one.